Guys, big week on Bitcoin last week. We hit $59,000. We had a bounce. We're sitting at 63,000. But I want to speak around a couple of scenarios today, specifically around Bitcoin. The first one is the bounce is not looking super strong. We're not seeing a massive amount of volume coming in right now, which gives me to an option of us coming down to supports again. Now, we have two big scenarios if we come down. We either hold the supports we've just been at, or we start looking at possibly the 40,000s. I want to speak around these support levels. Then I want to speak around a time frame that if we hold a certain level and we break a certain area, when it's time for us to start turning high time frame bullish. Then I want to show you guys an indicator that even though right now short term I'm bearish for another push to the downside, I am seeing a very fast bounce once we hit support. I'm Sheldon and welcome to Sniper Trading. Let's jump into it. So the first thing I want to show you guys is the Fibonacci levels. Right? Fibonacci levels are quite important. Right, it comes to an understanding that 618 is a very key area to hold when it comes to Fibonacci. So if you look at this big wave over here, right, you could see we've now pulled straight back into the big golden pocket, right? And these areas here, this first area is highlighting a very big support on the left-hand side here. And then you could see there's the bad scenario that if we don't hold these certain areas, right, we're looking at possibly down to the 40,000s. So the first sign for me to pay attention to here is we are at a very big Fibonacci point. This could very much be a strong reversal area, right? And at the same time, we look at the left-hand side here and we can see a ton of support sitting in these zones, right? So there is definitely interest in these zones. Now, the drop that we had last week went just above it. When it comes to Fibonacci's, they tend to be pretty accurate when it comes to the amount. Right, so there's still a nice possibility of us coming slightly lower down, right, to 58,000, okay, and then looking at a possible strong bounce. Now, let's speak around why there's a possibility of coming down. Now, the first sign was us losing this trend. So for now, we're definitely bearish, right? And secondly, if you put the top trend in, you could see that we are quite far away from breaking to the upside, right? We are not bullish anytime soon, okay? The next thing is to look at the strength of the candle. So the first thing is the body's very red and there's a wick, right? Which means for me, that's not a strong reversal candle. That's not something that is a strong pin bar or showing me strength. And you can see we've had a previous candle like this before. Okay, this one had a little bit more of a wick. You can see how after that we tended to come down, fill the wick, and then go up, right? We're here, right? We have not come down just yet, right? So again, the candle's not something that I see very bullish. What I would like to see is us drop down to a support area and then pull up again, finish as a green candle, and show us strength to go into the next week or two. Okay, so that's a concerning sign. The next one is the volume, right? If we zoom into the daily here, we're not seeing a tremendous volume spike. Now, if you look at the last time we entered this area of these low 60,000s, we ended up resulting in a nice big green candle the next day, right? And you see the volume that came in. Right now, when we look at the drop, we are not seeing a crazy volume spike, right? That means for me that this can possibly just be a little retest up, and then we're going to come down. What we are looking for is we're looking for acceleration and a big buy up, right? We're looking for a spike to come out to show that there's really interest in this area. We know we're at a high time frame support. We know we had a big zone, a zone that's separating this area and $40,000, right? We want to see a strong buy-up coming to play. Now, this gets me to the next point, right? Which I want to speak around a pullback, but I also want to show you guys an important zone. So again, here are the big supports. So let's go into this chart here. Let me show you guys. Okay, so here's the big supports. Your big support is sitting at 57 to 58,000. Right? The next supports are sitting down at $40,000, right? When it comes to when we turn bullish, right? This 200-day moving average is a very good indicator to be using. Okay, you could see that that is sitting at 78,000. Okay, as well as this trend at the top. So for me, anytime I'm turning bullish, right, I'm looking for us to really start breaking back above the mid-70s. And right now we are very far from that. So I need to think worst case scenario. I need to think possible more downside, as well as us not being ready to break out just yet. Okay. Now I want to show you guys something that's pretty interesting, which is the RSI, right? The relative strength index. Okay. Firstly, I want to show you how oversold we are on the daily, right? We haven't been this oversold in a very long time, right? So we are definitely getting oversold when it comes to the mid time frame. When it comes to the slightly higher time frame, I'm getting a little bit of a sign. Now, the sign is, you could see that here's a low and here's a lower low, right? And in the RSI, you can see a higher low over here. This is something called divergence, right? And when we tend to see these two indicators, or this giving a certain higher low and this one giving a lower low, it's giving us a sign, right, that there's divergence in play. And what that results in is a nice strong reversal at some point, specifically if we hold it. Now, I want to show you guys a few scenarios just so you can see what I'm talking about, right? In this phase here, we had a big drop, and you can see there was divergence. You see there was a lower low, right? And there was a higher low here on the RSI. And that resulted in Bitcoin bouncing from 48,000 all the way to 63,000. And then 2-3 weeks later, we actually had the hidden bullish divergence, where we had a higher low here and a lower low here. And that ended up marking the bottom from this 50,000 all the way back up to the $105,000 zone. Okay, and if you go back, you can see these divergences play out really nicely. Here, we had the higher lows and the lower lows. Look what happened after that. Here, we had the lower lows, similar to what we're seeing now, and the higher low on the RSI, and that ended up marking a very strong rally. So what I'm trying to say is we don't have to go much lower than this, and we could start seeing a real buy-up, which gets me to the point of another pullback and another test to the bottom side. So here are my scenarios. I am currently in a bunch of different funded trades, right? It's my accounts that I'm looking to pass. I told you guys that I'm taking some trades on these to build some liquidity in the bad times. Again, we caught the bottoms off the last show. These are the limit orders I gave on the show. They triggered, doing very good, right? I'm going to be taking profits on these shortly now. But just to show you guys, this is where the bears are now holding control. We have $65,000 to $66,000, and then we have the big area of $71,000. So the plays that I'm seeing right now of where I'm going to go very long on Bitcoin, right, is going to be a slightly lower low here in these areas of 58,000. Right, that for me is when I see a good risk to reward. I can have a stop loss around 55,000, 56,000, right under the zone, and it makes it a really good risk to reward trade for me to actually be taking. Okay, so the plays that I'm seeing here is the first one is the bears hold control and we come down over the next few days, right? Then I'm looking for a strong buy up to 72,000. Now to show you guys why, if you look at the short time frame on liquidations, we are forming liquidity to the downside here, which means we could go wipe that liquidity, right? There's a bunch of liquidations here of people that long the market, okay? But then as you zoom out a little bit higher time frame, you will see we're starting to form a lot to the upside, right? Look at that. So short time frame liquidity at the bottom, higher time frame liquidity at the top, which paints for me the picture that I want to pay attention to of a drop down into the zone, right? That will really get the shorters going, right? Wipe those longs out, and then a strong push up to 72,000. Then I don't think the market is ready to go up just yet, something like this, okay? And then possibly over the next couple of weeks. This is telling me anywhere September-ish, we could see some strength in the markets, and we could actually end up having a strong Q3, Q4 of the year. But for now, we have to fight the bottoms, right? I see my camera has just died. Sheth. Okay, let's pop on this one for now. I'm going to keep it going, guys. I'm going to keep it going for now. Where is my camera here? Let's keep it going for now. There we go. Okay, so while we change the camera up. So that for me is the first play of this, right? A big bounce in this area. Then the next one is we decide to push up and come to this area first. If this plays out, then this could possibly be the temporary low, because then I'm seeing a higher low and then a push up, right? But for me to take the long right now, this is the big area that I'm paying attention to. To turn mega bearish, let's get the camera back on here. Let's see if it's on. There we go. For me to turn mega bearish, right, is us losing this area and consolidating below here. Then we're looking at downside. Therefore, me, I'm looking for the longs in this area over here, stop loss over here, and this is the positions that I'm looking to do. Where I go really all in type on Bitcoin is when I see this trend break in a couple of weeks. So again, bears level of control, big support zones here between 58, 59. I'm bearish over the next few days that we do possibly drop down to those areas again, and then a strong push up I'm looking to buy something in these zones, and I only turn mega bearish to 40,000, right, if we lose these major supports. So guys, that's the play for me there. Now, a couple of things just to speak around as well is S&P, right? Why? Again, it's still bearish for me. This is where we're at right now. We really lost that trend. Okay, so for me, at any point, we should continue down and then a nice little buy up, right? If I look at the dollar index, this is starting to look a little bit bullish. If we break this trend, you can see a nice little push up and then trickle back down. Okay, gold is on support right now. This is where gold has to bounce, right? It has lost the 200-day moving average. That's a concern, right? Which means we don't reclaim that and we lose this 4,200 level, we could be looking at areas of 3,600 for gold. So keep that in mind, as well as silver. Silver's lost the trend. It has held the 200-day, but if it does not get above the 70 soon, we could be looking at 54,000. So we are seeing some warning signs, S&P-wise, gold, silver-wise, and obviously oil as well as the 𝗙𝗟𝗃 are starting to look a little bit bullish. So keep that in mind. So right now, you have the right to be bearish, okay, but also be looking for nice buys up in the market. Guys, if you enjoyed the video, smash up the like button. I'll see you guys tomorrow again. Have a great day. Bye-bye.